Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Shannon McCabe Show. I appreciate you being here, whether you join me every single week or you're a first-time listener. Today's episode is going to hit, it might strike a chord, but I'm excited about it, okay? This is going to be a fast episode. I am going to be super short, probably a little blunt, and very to the point. This stuff might make you a little uncomfortable, but it's in a good way. And it's for a good reason, I promise. Because today I'm going to be talking about the truths about alcohol that most people don't tell you. These are the things that I did not know for years when I was a drinker. Even when I was a quote unquote like normal drinker and maybe only drinking on weekends or would only have one glass of wine at the end of a hard day, let alone I still did not know them when my drinking progressed to being an everyday bottle of wine plus a night drinker. This is the stuff that we deserve to know because this is not what we're told in the glossy social media reels and the advertisements and the commercials we see on TV and the movies when drinking is made to look innocent and fun and sexy and exciting. We're really just literally lied to about the truth about alcohol. So I am going to lay it all out for you guys today because I want this episode to do a couple things. If you are just sober curious, I want this episode to help you understand how alcohol is really tangibly impacting your physical and mental health in ways that you might not be aware of, because it's going to help you feel more empowered in your decision to drink less or to quit drinking completely. If you are newly sober, this is going to be the chat that I want you to download and save an earmark so that if you start having moments of doubt about staying on your sober journey, you're going to come back to this and you're going to remind yourself of these truths. So at the end of it, you're going to be like, oh my God, no, ew. Why would I want alcohol in my life now that I know all of these things that it does? And I'm also hoping that this episode might be a little bit of like, not a wake-up call, that's not the right word, but I want it to be kind of insightful for people that maybe you have somebody in your life that's recently quit drinking and you're trying to figure out why it's such a big deal. Why are they so committed to staying sober? Or maybe somebody you love is asking you to cut back on your drinking with them. Maybe they're asking you to do a dry month with them. And you're like, I don't really see the big deal, right? Alcohol's been around forever. People have been drinking since the beginning of time. Maybe you yourself know you don't have a problem. You don't have to have a problem for alcohol to be negatively impacting your life, your physical health, your mental health, even if you only drink on weekends. I want this episode to just help enlighten all of us to be like, God, alcohol really brings nothing to the table. There is no safe or healthy amount of alcohol. That is being talked about more and more widely, which I'm so grateful for. We have learned that it was an outright lie when we were told in the 80s and 90s that a little bit of red wine was good for the heart. Maybe you don't even know that yet. Maybe you don't know that the studies, I'm air quoting the word studies, that showed us that red wine was good for the heart. Guess who funded those studies, you guys? The wine industry. Okay. I mean, you kind of can't make this stuff up, but these days, I mean, nothing's unbelievable, right? What we know now is there is no safe or healthy amount of alcohol. So I am going to get right into it today, and we are going to talk about 10 truths behind alcohol that hopefully are going to shift the way you look at it and help you be even more excited to just get it out of your life, okay? So here are 10 blunt truths, the things that I wish I had known sooner, the things that once I learned them, once I understood them, I couldn't unsee them. It changed everything for me, okay? Number 1, alcohol wrecks your sleep, you guys. We've been sold this idea that a glass of wine or a nightcap helps us relax and sleep better. But nope, that is 100% false. Alcohol sedates you. That's very different than helping you sleep, okay? It reduces your REM sleep, that deep sleep where your brain and your body restore themselves and heal. It reduces your REM sleep by 9 to 25%, even at low doses, meaning even just a drink or two. Okay. And it makes you more likely to wake up at 3 a.m. with your mind racing, your heart pounding, the dry throat, the like anxiety ridden body of like, what did I do? Why do I feel like this? Okay. Alcohol spikes your cortisol, which catches up with you in the middle of the night and the next day. And part of how it does that is by disrupting your sleep. Okay. If you want to know more about how alcohol really truly wrecks your sleep and how that trickles out to every area of your life, go back and listen to episode 24 because I went deep into it. It's so eye-opening. You're never going to look at a nightcap the same way again, okay? All right, fact number 2, you guys. Alcohol is a carcinogen. It is a group 1 carcinogen. which is the same category as asbestos and tobacco. Alcohol is linked to 7 types of cancer. And I've actually seen some places people say that it's linked to 13 types of cancer, but I couldn't find as much research behind that. So I'm going to stick with the 7 for right now. But I have a feeling the longer we go, the more we're going to find out the direct link between alcohol and more cancers than just 7. But one of these types of cancer is breast cancer, okay? So here's the kicker, you guys. Even 1 drink a day can raise your breast cancer risk by up to 10%. 1 drink a day raises your breast cancer risk by 10%. And I don't know about you, but a lot of the women I know, we're not just having 1 drink a day, right? Mommy wine culture destroyed that idea. What is the point of 1 drink a day? Most of us were or are drinking much more than that because we've been sold wine or alcohol as a solution for all of the problems that women face. But we don't realize that we are literally drinking a carcinogen, increasing our risk of breast cancer and 6 other types of cancer every time we take a drink. We deserve to know this. Fact number 3, you guys, alcohol shrinks your brain, even in moderate drinkers, meaning if you just have 1 a day, if you only have a few times a week, if you only drink on weekends, moderate drinkers, MRI scans show smaller brain volume. It damages the hippocampus, which is the part of that's the memory center. That's the memory center of our brain. It accelerates our brain aging. It damages the areas of our brain that control things like coordination, our emotional regulation, decision making. And this is not just short term. This is not just while you're buzzed or drunk, right? And you get a little stumbly, you fall over more, you can't make decisions, you have delayed reaction time. This extends even when you are not drinking. Long term, it ages your brain. It physically alters the chemical activity and the physical health of your brain. So while we think that we're just taking the edge off with a drink, we are literally speeding up our mental decline, which I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that. Why would we want that? As we age, we're trying to make the most out of this one life we get. Alcohol literally ages our brain faster than it's going to age on its own anyways. Number 4, you guys, alcohol messes with your hormones. Now, this is another topic I've gone deeper into on a couple episodes. So if this piques your interest, scroll back and find them. But in women, alcohol raises our estrogen levels, which increases our cancer risk. It also disrupts things like our menstrual cycles, our ovulation, fertility, not to mention what estrogen level disruption does when we are entering into perimenopause and menopause. Okay, you guys? But it's not just women. Men too. Alcohol lowers testosterone and sperm count. So if you are in your childbearing years and you and your partner are trying to have kids and you're drinking, it's decreasing fertility on both sides of the coin. Females and males, your fertility is negatively impacted by alcohol. And for women and men, you guys, hormones control so much more than just reproduction. This isn't just about fertility and periods and menopause. It's about our mood. It's about our metabolism. It's about our energy. Hormones and alcohol seriously do not mix. And like I said, I've talked about this in other episodes. So if you need more convincing, if you're a little triggered by this, if you want more proof, go back and find some of the older episodes. It's going to tell you what you need to know because knowledge is power, you guys. When we know these things, we can make better decisions, okay? What if you could finally break free from the constant cycle of drinking, quitting, bargaining with yourself, and actually build a life that feels calm and clear and deeply aligned with who you want to be? I created the Alcohol-Free Blueprint for women who are ready to stop trying to moderate and start feeling confident and steady and fully present in their life again. This program isn't just about quitting drinking. It's about taking back your energy and your mindset and your wellness and your freedom. Inside the blueprint, I'll walk you step by step through the tools, mindset shifts, and support systems that actually help you change for good. You'll learn how to handle cravings, rebuild your habits, feel stronger in your body, and navigate all of life's ups and downs without alcohol. And you'll have full access to over 45 video lessons, journaling prompts, live coaching, and community support. So you never have to do this alone. One of my clients, let's call her Sarah, came to me after years of trying to control her drinking. She told me, I finally feel free. I'm not constantly thinking about drinking anymore. I have energy again, and I actually like myself. And that's just the kind of change we're after. Most of my clients are excited to no longer be a drinker after just 30 days inside the blueprint. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start living the life alcohol has been holding you back from, head to the link in the show notes or go find me over on Instagram. I would love to help you take this next step. So number 5, you guys, alcohol increases anxiety and depression. So yes, at first, when alcohol gives us like that fake dopamine hit, it brings a little bit of euphoria, right? We feel more relaxed. We feel more social. We feel better very short term. But then that crashes and it leaves our brain producing even less natural dopamine over time. And again, you guys, this happens in moderate drinkers too. So even if you were only drinking on weekends, even if you limit it to 1 or 2 glasses, the more you drink, the more you are stealing your brain's ability to make its own mood controlling chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, okay? Serotonin is the feel-good chemical. When we mess with that, it increases anxiety and depression. So here's a fun fact. Of course, I say fun lightly because you're probably not going to like it, but you need to know it. Alcohol-induced anxiety can last for 2 weeks after heavy drinking. So that weekend binge, if you're a weekend warrior, right? Like we hear this a lot. And I was one of these people for a long time. It's like, nope, I'm super successful. I have a great job. I have a great marriage. I'm a good mom. I work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard. Who said that? Who knows people that say that? Those weekend binges affect your mood, your brain's ability to regulate your mood for up to 2 weeks after that drinking episode. So what does that mean if you drink every weekend, let alone every night or most nights? Your brain is literally never not under the influence of alcohol. Even if it's out of your blood, it's still wreaking havoc on your brain and on your emotions, okay? So number 6, you guys, empty calories and fat storage. This one hits to the heart of our vanity. And that's okay, you guys, we're human beings. But alcohol has almost as many calories per gram as fat, but it has 0 nutrients. And alcohol is so toxic. Our body perceives it as a toxic chemical, as a poison from the very first sip. So much so that it halts almost all other metabolic functions to address getting that alcohol out of our system. And one of what this means is that it stops metabolizing fat. So it can process the alcohol first, which means every second that you are drinking and recovering from drinking, your body is not metabolizing fat. It is storing it. The beginning and end of this is the beer belly, or even nowadays what a lot of women call the menopause belly, when really it's actually just alcohol induced. And then a little bit of cortisol. That's a whole nother, you can go down this rabbit hole, you guys. But it also then, this messes with your blood sugar, which makes your cravings for alcohol or sugar or other greasy, crappy foods even stronger. So I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, my eating habits were completely different after a night of drinking. Needing the cheeseburgers, needing the pizza, needing the late night snacks, all of that catches up with you. Again, even if you're a moderate drinker, even if you only do it on weekends. But your body actually stops metabolizing fat for up to 36 hours after you drink. So if you care about your health and fitness goals and maybe haven't been able to move the needle forward in a while, look at your alcohol consumption. It has a lot to do with it. All right, number 7, you guys, alcohol weakens the immune system. So even one night of heavy drinking suppresses your immune system for up to 24 hours. And long term, what does this mean? You are more likely to get sick, but you also heal slower from illness or injury. And this increases inflammation all throughout your body. We'll talk more about inflammation in a second, okay? Number 8, you guys, alcohol ages your skin. So this is another vanity one, but it's really important actually because our skin is our largest organ. Our skin is a mirror of what's going on inside of our body, okay? So alcohol dehydrates our skin. It breaks down collagen, which makes us appear older faster. It also depletes vitamin A. These are all things that we need for healthy skin. A little known fact is that alcohol actually can cause rosacea flare-ups. So that really red cheeks, red face, you might not notice this in your 20s or maybe even your 30s. You might be thinking, oh, but actually I still look pretty fantastic even though I'm drinking. Well, I mean, enjoy it while you can because just give it a few years. It's going to catch up with you. The good news though, is actually the clarity that comes back to our skin is usually one of the first things people, especially women, notice when we quit drinking. So number 9, you guys, the neurotoxic effects. Now, what does that mean? Neuro is your brain, okay? So even moderate drinking increases your risk of dementia. It damages the white matter in your brain, which goes back to what I said earlier about slowing your processing speed, your reaction time. And this isn't just while you are actively drinking. We're not just talking about like drunk driving or putting yourself or the people around you at risk. This is a long term affecting how you function in your life. And neurotoxic, you guys, this is just one example. Even moderate drinking has been shown to increase our likelihood of things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, like I just talked about. And I don't know about you, but I'm hoping none of those things are a part of my future. Why would I want to keep drinking something that has been proven to increase the likelihood of all of those things? This is very real stuff that we have to take into consideration as we age, okay? Number 10, you guys. Alcohol impacts every organ, every single organ in your body, every single body system. So we're talking your heart, liver, pancreas, your gut, your whole GI tract, your brain, which we've talked about a couple times, your kidneys. You guys, nothing is safe. Did you know that alcohol raises your blood pressure? And did you know that alcohol is actually one of the leading causes of high blood pressure and heart disease? It increases our risk of stroke. It increases our risk of arrhythmia. It increases other things like the damage to our gut lining, which affects how we can absorb nutrients, which affects everything, right? Alcohol absolutely feeds inflammation in your brain and your body. Inflammation is the root of all disease and illness, you guys, if you don't know that. People usually just associate inflammation with pain, like achy joints or something. Inflammation, when not kept in check, when it gets out of check, which it does often from our lifestyle factors, it is the root of all disease. When inflammation runs rampant and is not healed, it leads to disease and illness. So when you connect all of these dots, I know for me, when I finally started to connect all of these dots, when I learned this stuff, and then I kind of did an inventory of my life and I was like anxiety, low mood, mood swings, sleep issues, blood pressure rising, problems with my period, bloating, constant fatigue, brain fog, pain. I realized that alcohol was the thing connecting all of those dots. Removing alcohol is the first, but such a powerful step in actually healing the mind and the body and feeling as good as we're meant to feel. So here's the thing, you guys, the point in all of this. Alcohol is not just harmless fun. It takes way more than it gives us every single time. And the toll that it takes just gets worse the older we get. It's just facts. It's just the truth. But the good news is that you don't have to wait until it takes any more from you or take something really significant and life-altering to say, no way, like, peace out. I've had enough. This just isn't worth it anymore. So if you're ready to stop spinning in this same cycle, I want to invite you to check out the Alcohol-Free Blueprint. This is my step-by-step program that I developed from my own personal journey to quit drinking that helps you quit drinking and get your life back. Feel proud of the person that you are and do it all without feeling deprived, without relying on willpower, and without being miserable that you can't drink, okay? If you've already quit drinking, but you still are not sleeping as good as you want to be, you haven't lost the weight you want to lose, you're still dealing with things like brain fog, low energy, or maybe you just feel isolated and alone because you don't know other sober people in your real life, then I want you to check out Elevate. That is a private community I run for sober women where we dive into healing, holistic health to get you feeling better now that alcohol is out of your life and give you a safe space to connect with other women that get it. So you know that you're not alone. None of us is alone. Links for both of these are in the show notes, you guys, or hop over to Instagram and send me a DM. I love hearing from you. But you guys, please just remember, letting go of alcohol is not the end of anything. It is the beginning of your best feeling life. So I'm cheering you guys on. Let me know how this landed for you, and I'll be back next week.